The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. At the age of 19, Edmond Dantes seems to have the perfect life. He is about to become the captain of a ship. He is engaged to a beautiful and kind young woman, Mercedes, and he is well liked by almost everyone who knows him. This perfect life, however, stirs up dangerous jealousy among some of Dantes' so-called friends. Danglars, the treasurer of Dantes' ship, envies Dantes' early career success. Fernand Mondego is in love with Dantes' fiancée and so covets his amorous success. His neighbor Canderousse is simply envious that Dantes is so much luckier in life than he is. Together, these three men draft a letter accusing Dantes of treason. There is some truth to their accusation. As a favor to his recent deceased captain, Dantes is carrying a letter from Napoleon to a group of Bonapartist sympathizers in Paris. Though Dantes himself has no political leanings, the undertaking is enough to implicate him for treason. On the day of his wedding, Dantes is arrested for his alleged crimes. The deputy public prosecutor Villefort sees through the plot to frame Dantes and is prepared to set him free. At the last moment, though, Dantes jeopardizes his freedom by revealing the name of the man to whom he is supposed to deliver Napoleon's letter. The man Northier is Villefort's father, terrified that any public knowledge of his father's treasonous activities will thwart his own ambitions. Villefort decides to send Dantes to prison for life despite the entreaties of Monsieur Morel, Dantes' kind and honest boss. Dantes is sent to the infamous Chateau d'If, where the most dangerous political prisoners are kept. While in prison, Dantes meets Abbe Faria, an Italian priest and intellectual who has been jailed for his political views. Faria teaches Dantes history, science, philosophy, and languages, turning him into a well-educated man. Faria also bequeathed to Dantes a large treasure hidden on the island of Monte Cristo, and he tells him how to find it should he ever escape. When Faria dies, Dantes hides himself in the abbey's shroud, thinking that he will be buried and then dig his way out. Instead, Dantes is thrown into the sea and is able to cut himself loose and swim to freedom. Dantes travels to Monte Cristo and finds Faria's enormous treasure. He considers his fortune a gift from God, given to him for the sole purpose of rewarding those who have tried to help him and, more important, punishing those who have hurt him. Disguising himself as an Italian priest who answers to the name of Abbe Buzzoni, he travels back to Marseilles and visits Caderousse, who is now struggling to make a living as an innkeeper. From Caderousse, he learns the details of the plot to frame him. In addition, Dantes learns that his father has died of grief in his absence and that Mercedes has married Fernand Mondego. Most frustrating, he learns that both Danglars and Mondego have become rich and powerful and are living happily in Paris. As a reward for this information and for Caderousse's apparent regret over the part he played in Dantes' downfall, Dantes gives Caderousse a valuable diamond. Before leaving Marseilles, Dantes anonymously saved Morel from financial ruin. 10 years later, Dantes emerges in Rome, calling himself the Count of Monte Cristo. He seems to be all-knowing and unstoppable. In Rome, Dantes ingratiates himself to Albert de Morcerf, son of Fernand Mondego and Mercedes, by saving him from bandits. In return for the favor, Albert introduces Dantes to Parisian society. None of his old cohorts recognize the mysterious count as Edmond Dantes, though Mercedes does. Dantes is thus able to insinuate himself effortlessly into the lives of Danglars, Mondego, and Villefort. Armed with damning knowledge about each of them that he has gathered over the past decade, Dantes sets an elaborate scheme of revenge into motion. Mondego, now known as the Count de Morcerf, is the first to be punished. Dantes exposes Morcerf's darkest secret. Morcerf made his fortune by betraying his former patron, the Greek vizier Ali Pacha. and he then sold Alipacha's wife and daughter into slavery. Alipacha's daughter, Heidi, who has lived with Dantes ever since he bought her freedom 7 years earlier, testified against Morcerf in front of the Senate, irreversibly ruining his good name, ashamed by Morcerf's treachery. Albert and Mercedes flee, leaving their tainted fortune behind. Morcerf commits suicide. Villefort's punishment comes slowly and in several stages. Dantes first takes advantage of Madame de Villefort's murderous intent, subtly torturing her in the uses of poison. As Madame de Villefort wreaks her havoc, killing of each member of the household in turn, Dantes plants the seeds for yet another public expose. In court, it is revealed that Villefort is guilty of attempted infanticide as he tried to bury his illegitimate baby while it was still alive. Believing that everyone he loves is dead and knowing that he will soon have to answer severe criminal charges, Villefort goes insane. For his revenge on Danglars, Dantes simply plays upon his enemy's greed. He opens various false credit accounts with Danglars that cost him vast amounts of money. He also manipulates Danglars' unfaithful and dishonest wife, costing Danglars more money, and helps Danglars' daughter, Eugenie, run away with her female companion. Finally, when Danglars is nearly broke and about to flee without paying any of his creditors, Dantes has the Italian bandit Luigi Vampa kidnap him and relieve him of his remaining money. Dantes spares Danglars' life but leaves him penniless. Meanwhile, as these acts of vengeance play out, Dantes also tries to complete one more act of goodness. Dantes wishes to help the brave and honorable Maximilian Morel, the son of the kind ship owner, so he hatches an elaborate plot to save Maximilian's fiancée, Valentine Villefort, from her murderous stepmother to ensure that the couple will be truly happy forever. Dantes gives Valentine a pill that makes her appear dead and then carries her off to the island of Monte Cristo. For a month, Dantes allows Maximilian to believe that Valentine is dead, which causes Maximilian to long for death himself. Dantes then reveals that Valentine is alive, having known the depth of despair. Maximilian is now able to experience the heights of ecstasy. Dantes too ultimately finds happiness when he allows himself to fall in love with the adoring and beautiful Heidi.